Hi, this is Tegan's Horror Corner. This is the next part to the Lego Hocus Pocus Sanderson Sisters house set, where I give you spooky or horror movie facts, so come along with me to this next part. Today, let's talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street. This was Johnny Depp's debut role. It was between him and another actor at the time, and Wes Craven talked to his teenage daughter about who she thinks is more of a heartthrob, and she chose Johnny Depp. The movie was shot in 32 days. They began filming in June of 1984 and then it was wrapped in July. As we know, I try to sprinkle in some kind of special effects makeup fact. So the fact of this one is that it took them 3 hours a day to apply all the 11 prosthetics to his face and upper chest. The sleep doctor who tries to cure Nancy is played by Charles Fleischer. And Charles Fleischer voices the ever-iconic Roger Rabbit.
I didn't know where your office was, so I asked the newsboy. He didn't know, so I asked the fireman, the green grocer, the butcher, the baker. They didn't know. But the liquor store guy, he knew.
The movie is based off a real-life story. In the 1980s, there was an epidemic of people randomly dying in their sleep. This was then deemed Asian death syndrome. Wes Craven had then read about all these stories happening, and he then thought, what if a serial killer was stalking people in their dreams? The 500-gallon blood fountain caused a power outage on set. This effect was created from a upside-down rotating bedroom, and then it just ended up flowing into all the electrics in the set. It was shot in the same soundstage as I Love Lucy. There were 3 versions of the Freddy glove created. One made of wood, one made of rubber, and then another one that is the final version known as the Hero Glove, made with fish knives. The problem with this glove is that everyone that ever wore it ended up getting injured because you couldn't close your hand. They would end up slicing themselves, and it was so heavy that Robert Englund's shoulder used to droop, creating the Freddy pose. Elm Street is the name of the street where John F. Kennedy was assassinated. It was used because director Wes Craven said this is where innocence ended. In the original script, Freddy was meant to be a child molester, but Wes Craven deemed that this would exploit real-life cases, so he turned into a child murderer. This then obviously once again was changed in 2010 with the remake, which then critics canned for being overboard. New Line Cinema was actually saved from bankruptcy due to this film, and it is now nicknamed The House That Freddy Built. Heather Langenkamp beat over 200 women to get the role of Nancy. These people include Courtney Cox, Demi Moore, Jennifer Grey, and Claudia Wells. The original glove from the first movie is used obviously in the second movie, and it is also seen in the background shot of Evil Dead 2. This was in response of Evil Dead being in the background of one of the TV scenes. Wes Craven gave permission for the original glove to be in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, but it went missing on set and is supposedly in Robert Englund's agent's possession. Freddy was originally meant to be a silent villain like Jason or Michael. However, in the sequels, they wanted him to develop a cheeky persona.